Hi everyone, this is the movie for PowerPoint Chapter 3 for the first pause and practice. So if we go into Blackboard and we go to PowerPoint Chapter 3, noticing that we didn't do 2, we only go PowerPoint 1, PowerPoint 3, and go to our assignments and find our pause and practice assignment Dropbox. So it says we're going to do PowerPoint 3.1, 3.2, and 3.3. Do not complete 3.4. So at the end of 3.3, you're going to submit the files. These are the two files you need to download. This one's a PowerPoint, so you can just click on it. This one has the JPEG extension, meaning it's a image, it's a graphic file. So we need to right click on that and save link as. All right, so then we're going to start with our first pause and practice for Chapter 3. So we want to go ahead and open that file that you just downloaded. So we're going to open and I'm going to browse to my downloads. And there it is, Presentation Planning 3. I'm going to open it. So there are let's just kind of take a look. There's 15 slides already made. They kind of look nice. There's some that are empty. So in this chapter, we're going to customize an existing presentation, and then we're going to enhance the presentation through animation, and we're going to change the color schemes that are attached to the themes, and then in combination with the transitions and the other things we learned in Chapter 1, you really have learned quite a bit. So what we're going to do is create a new theme color. I'm not loving the brown and the blue here, so we're gonna change our theme color. So we need to go to the Design tab. That's where this is. Remember, we picked a theme and then we worked with some variants. Well, on this one, we're going to click the down arrow, and because see, there's no variants, we're going to say colors, and then we're going to come over to the colors and go all the way to the bottom and say customize, because really there's nothing here I want to do. I want to make my own. And a lot of times in a company, that's standard. You have specific colors that you use in documents that represent the company, and so you often will create, someone will create a new theme that's not part of the Office product, and then you use that theme to have the fonts and the colors and all of that is standardized by the marketing department of a company. So what we're going to do is we're going to change some of these existing colors. So we're going to change 4 different colors. So the first one, we need to find text background light 2. So it's this blue here. We're going to click on the down arrow next to it, and we go down to the more colors. On the more colors, you always want to go to customize, and then we're going to type in some values here for the red, green, blue. And that's actually very common. Like, let's say your company has a specific red, right? Like, okay, if you guys think of Netflix in your mind, that red, boom, right? So that red has a combination of red, green, and blue elements to it. There's specific numbers. And that's what you would use those numbers to get that Netflix red or whatever. So in our case, our red for this is going to be 234. Hold on. I got 234 helps if I and look, it changed to this purple because that's, but we have more to change. 214. And then the blue is 184, right? So it's kind of this, and it's represented right there. It's this kind of, I don't know, light tan maybe. So we're going to go ahead and say, okay. And now the little box that used to have the powder blue now has that tan, and you're seeing it, how it's portrayed in your theme. The next thing we're going to find is accent 1, down arrow, more colors. Oh, you know what? I'm going to go back real quick. Excuse me. Look, here's your new color that's appearing now in our palette. More colors, custom, and we're going to select 3 of red. Look, and there's barely any red. Now we got a big bright green because look at the value for green. We have no blue, a lot of green, and very little red. So we're going to change the green to 110. Okay, it's darkened. And then we're going to add some blue into it, 131. And there we go, kind of that, I don't know, teal, aqua kind of thing. So we're going to go ahead and do OK. And then we're going to go to Accent 2, More Colors, Custom, and start typing in the numbers. 102, 0 green. We got dark purple now. Let's see how much blue. 51. So now it's kind of a burgundy. We're going to go ahead and do OK. So here's the 3 we've changed. Now we have one more, Accent 3. Look at the 3 colors we've got. We're going to go here, Custom, and we're going to add 181, 139. It's like we're mixing paint here. 128. And there's our new color. Okay. And you'll see it represented on our list. So now before you do save, we want to change the name. Custom 1 is not what we wanted. We're going to be calling it Planning. And we're going to save. Okay. So now you can see the colors have changed for each element of that theme. But I'm still not loving the brown, right? So one of the things that you can do, and it's most effective when you do it on just like one slide, and that is to do a different background and to do a gradient. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to display slide 1, and we want to go to the background. So you want to make sure you're not on any objects, no containers, just on the background. Right click, and we're going to come to the option that says Format Background. Click on that Format Background. It's going to bring up the Format Background pane, and we want to pick Gradient, okay? And it's going to do this like bright blue, and then you're going to notice here there's these stops. So we're going to manipulate that a little bit. The type, excuse me, is linear. It should be there already, but if it's not, change it to linear. For the direction, we want it to be diagonal, let's see, diagonal top right to bottom left. So for me, that's the third one here, linear diagonal, top right to bottom left. And then we want our angle to stay at 135. It should automatically adjust. And now what we're going to do is we're going to set these points, and we're going to say what color we're changing to at that point. These are, right now there's 4 stops here. So we should have 4. And what we're going to do is for each stop, so stop 1, I'm going to click on stop 1. We're going to come here to the color, and we're going to pick dark teal accent 1. Okay. 0, 0, 0. 0 position, 0 transparency, and 0 brightness. We're going to click on stop 2, and we're going to change it to a same column, but we're going to go lighter 60%. Okay. And we are going to change the position. So we're going to, this will move over. We're going to make that a 30%. Transparency is going to be 50. And brightness is going to be 0. So I'm going to pop that down. Oops. 30%, 50, 0. Okay, so you can see it's dark and it's getting a little bit lighter. So we're going to click on the third stop. This time we're going to switch over to Tan Text 2. That's this one here. And it's going to be 70, and then 0 and 0. right? So here you can see it's kind of changing. Then it goes back. We got to fix that last one. Click on the last stop. The color for that is that same column, tan, text 2, darker 50. So you want to move it down and find that darker one. 100, 0, minus 50. So we don't have to change anything. So that's kind of a cool look, right? So we're going from that color down to here in a gradient. Let's take a second and save this as, right? Because we never changed it. So your initials, PP, space P. This is 3 dash, and there's going to be 3, because remember, we're not going to do pause and practice 4. So 3-3. Let's go ahead and save it. And now we can move on, all right? So create a picture fill background. So we want to go to slide 2, and really there's nothing here. We're going to put a picture in the background. And what I want you to understand is that a picture as a background is not the same as inserting a picture and then sizing it, right? So to make a picture a background, we're going to go that same way where we're going to right click, format background. This time, instead of a gradient, we're going to do a picture or texture. It'll automatically put a texture in there, and that's okay. We just want to come down here to picture source and say insert from a file, and we want the one that says presenter -3. I'm going to insert that, and it's really bright, right? Like you can't even see the text. And what we want to do is we want to recolor it so it's not so kind of in your face, that it really is more of a background rather than the picture, okay? So what we need to do is go to so what we want to do is we want to, in this format background, let's click on the picture and see if that, right, so we want to pick the picture and then picture color. Pretty sure, yeah. Then we're going to do a recolor down here, and we're going to make it this tan background color 2 light, which kind of fits the color scheme, right? So now we've got the picture and it's in the background, but it's really more of a subdued image. And we're only going to put that to the 1, so we don't say apply to all. And we're done with this format background, so we can close that. I'm at 13 minutes on this one, so I'm going to save my file, and then I'm going to pick up the remaining, it's only transitions. You know what, I think I am going to continue because we only have transition and putting a video in. So, okay, so we want to do transitions. Remember, transitions happen between slides. Animation happens on a slide. So for the transition tab, we're going to find wipe. And we want effect from left, and we want to apply it to all. Okay, have our little stars here that tells me the animation or the transition is on all of them. All right, so for this animation, we're going to do the same thing for each slide. We're just going to, you know what, I am going to stop. I'm going to do this on a different movie. All right, sorry about that, guys. I'm going to pick up the next movie doing the animation. All right, thank you.